Next week is already Thanksgiving. Can you believe it? Well, I'm going to do a different kind of video today. I'm not going to talk about awesome places to live in Northeast Ohio today, because you know what? After next week, it's holiday season. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about 12 things to do in Cleveland during the holidays. Hi guys, it's me, Patty. Patty sells CLE. Welcome back to my channel, Living in Cleveland, where I make videos about all things Northeast Ohio, Northwest Ohio, and even down south. Okay, oh, you know the drill. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, hit the subscribe, hit the like, leave a comment. Also, I've just recently, I have my website down there where I do a little blog about these videos, but I've also started doing for my current clients, past clients, my sphere, is I'm doing a weekly email. It's going to come out on Fridays, just like this video, but it's going to be kind of like a bucket list of things to do in the Cleveland area over the coming weekend. I have a little blurb if you want to look for houses, but you don't have to. It's mainly just about, hey, here's what's going on this weekend. Here's some links. Maybe, if you're looking for something to do, here's some things. So if you're interested in subscribing to that email, my phone number's down there. Send me a text. Go on my website. There's so many ways to get a hold of me. My email's there. There's so many ways. Just give me your information. I'll add you to my email list. It's nothing big. It's just, here's a list of things to do. Hey, and while we're talking about that, I love your comments and I listen to them. I'm going to be making a video here, probably the beginning of the year. Somebody asked me about a certain topic and I'm going to be covering that. I'm working on it. Here's the thing. I got a phone call the other night at 9:30 at night. I didn't answer because I don't answer my phone at 9:30 because I'm in bed getting ready to sleep by 10. And they left a message and they were a fan. But he left a message saying that I made a mistake in one of my videos and what I labeled as the high school was not the high school, which, hey, I appreciate for calling me out, but don't call me at 9:30 at night. Come on, that's crazy. All right, let's get back to the holidays. I love Christmas. I do. I have a love-hate relationship with it. Let's be honest. I hate Christmas shopping. I hate the stress. But whatever. But I love putting up decorations. It's November 16th, and I did put up a little tree in my front of my house in my living room. Just a little one, not the big tree. I put it up yesterday. I don't have my Christmas lights up outside yet, but next week, day after Thanksgiving, we're all in. So, and I love doing Christmas holiday things. So let's dive into 12 things, and I've tried to pick ones that are family friendly, also more just for adults, a wide range, and I try to do things on the east side, on the west side, down south, just to give a wide range. And this is just the tip of the icebergs. You can go look on cleveland.com or so many different places, Facebook, and you can find a million different things going on. These are just ones that I particularly like. Okay, first thing, obviously, the Christmas lights. There's Christmas lights everywhere, and downtown Cleveland has a spectacular event. I've been going to it on and off since I was in high school, probably even younger. It's always Thanksgiving weekend. Now, unfortunately, it used to be on a Friday, which was awesome because we had nothing going on. We didn't have school, and we could go down there. Now they're doing it on Saturdays, which is a big problem for Clevelanders, especially if you are college football fans, because the Saturday after Thanksgiving is always the Ohio State-Michigan game. And we always have a party to go to. So we're never able to go. I haven't been able to go since, my oldest was in high school and she's 26 years old. So it's been quite a while since I've been able to go to the lighting ceremony because it's on a Saturday and that is the Ohio State-Michigan game, which is a bummer. We have a party all the way out in Avon Lake that we usually go to, but it is awesome. They have bands, they have fireworks, the ice skating rinks ready to go. They have food trucks, they have fire pits. It's a whole evening event. They usually do record it and put it on the news, or they live stream it, but it's just an awesome way to kick off the holiday season. I'm bummed every year that I don't get to go. I wish it was on Friday because I usually don't have anything to do on Friday except put up the Christmas tree. So if you are available, November 26th, I highly recommend going downtown. It's right at Terminal Tower, right at the square there, Public Square. It's a great event. Okay, let's continue with the lights. The Cleveland Zoo, which is 2 minutes from downtown Cleveland. If you haven't been to the Cleveland Zoo yet, you need to go. We have an awesome zoo. Like my husband and I, we keep saying, like, we should go to the zoo. Well, I think we're definitely going to go to Zoo Lights. So they have 2 options this year. You can walk through the zoo, which is so much fun. You know, bundle up. Everybody wears Santa hats. They all get dolled up. The kids are all getting pulled in their wagons. You can walk around the zoo. All the animals are out. All the lights are up. It's beautiful. Or this year, they have a drive-thru experience. So if you don't feel like getting out of the car, I don't know how it works. I think it's new this year. If it ever warms up, we are going through a huge, like, cold snap right now. I don't think it's not going to get up into the 40s for like the next 5 days. It's ridiculous. Like, oh, and there's snow forecasted for the next 5 days. I mean, we were just wearing shorts a week ago, but this is Cleveland for you. So I don't know if I'm going to do the walkthrough because it's so cold. But the Zoo Lights, check it out. Okay, what is next? Oh, we're still going to go on with the lights. And we did this a couple years ago when it was COVID and we just couldn't do anything. It's at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. And it was only $19 per car. So we packed up, I think it was just my son and my stepdaughter. I don't know where the other kids were. And we got in the car for $20. And it was awesome. We had to wait in line for a while, but we had fun. We were singing carols and you drove through. And once you got in there, I mean, it's not like you were stopped. It was a constant, drive through the fairgrounds. The lights were awesome. We had a really good time for $20. So, and that was COVID. We weren't really going anywhere. So that was probably 2 years ago, 2020, right in the heart of it. So I highly recommend the Cuyahoga Fairgrounds. Super, super cool. Okay, here's the next one. Now, I made this list before this has gotten on the news big time. The Christmas Story house in Tremont. It's actually for sale. And just on the news today, and this is the house that's in the movie A Christmas Story. And just today they announced, because the sequel to A Christmas Story is coming out, and all of the actors, they were just in North Olmsted at Great Northern Mall yesterday, signing autographs, all the actors for the movie. And it's Peter Billingsley, who plays whatever the little kid's name, I can't remember. He's in it. He was in town. So I guess a couple of the actors from the original movie are going to make an offer on this house. So, which would be awesome, because if somebody, it's just on a normal street and it's kind of crazy in Tremont. It's like a one-way street. So, and there's residents that live there, and I'm sure and this time of year, it gets just packed. And there's a couple outbuildings too. They have a huge, a little gift store. There's parking area. I've actually never been. I just told my husband, we have to go. Like, especially if a private person buys it, and then we don't ever have the opportunity to see it. So the Christmas Story house is definitely on my bucket list, and it should be on yours too, because it's only $15 and we don't know. And they are still having tours while the house is for sale. And I think you can Airbnb it. You can, certain days of the week, they allow you to stay there at night, which would be so cool. And it's right in Tremont. So that's a fun afternoon. Go to the Christmas Story house and then go to any of the restaurants that are right around there. The restaurants and bars, they're all decorated. Fun evening, fun afternoon. Okay. Now, number 5, Christmas plays. My family growing up, we always went to some place. When I was little, I saw Annie, whatever was coming. My grandma worked for National City Bank, and every year would take me to see the Nutcracker. I don't ever want to see the Nutcracker again. But that was a holiday tradition, and it still goes on. And if you love ballet, no judgment here. I just, after seeing it so many times when I was young, maybe I would like it again. I mean, I haven't seen it since I was in college. So there are so many plays. The Nutcracker is at Playhouse Square. They have A Christmas Carol. The Beck Center in Lakewood, which is a small community. It's actually a huge community theater. They're having Elf the Musical. We have so many theaters in Cleveland. I could go on and on and on about the different kinds of plays in all these local community theaters. There's just so many plays, and it's a fun afternoon. And if you go down to Playhouse Square, I'm actually going down there tonight. I have season tickets, and Cats is tonight. Our first play was Les Mis, which I really liked. I've never seen it before. And I've never seen Cats either. And everybody is like leaving like conflicting reviews on it. So I'm a little nervous about whether I'm going to like it or not. But hopefully the trees are going to be up soon. And I've seen these trees before. And it's like, right, I think it's in the Allen Theater. It's in the Rotunda. But they're kind of connected. These theaters are connected. So you can easily go from one theater to the next. And these trees are absolutely beautiful. So definitely make your way down to Playhouse Square. Check out a play or any of the local communities. Okay, number 6 is the Cleveland Orchestra. Maybe not for kids, but we have an amazing orchestra. They play at Severance Hall, which is in University Circle, which is where Case Western Reserve is. University Hospital is there. It's close to Cleveland Heights, but it's on the border of Cleveland. We still go there all the time. Yes, it's on the east side, but Little Italy is right there. And any chance I can go, we go. That's where all the museums are. The Museum of Art, the History Museum, the Children's Museum, the Western Reserve Historical Society's there. So the Severance Hall is there, and they have a myriad of Christmas concerts that they put on. The Cleveland Orchestra, I've never been, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun to do someday. And then go to Little Italy, my favorite. Okay, so the orchestra. Let's move on. Number 7, igloos. Restaurants around the area put up those big snow globe, see-through, transparent, these igloos that you can sit in, and then they decorate the insides for Christmas. They were a big hit during COVID because, you know, you had to be separated from each other, and, you know, this was a place for you and your family to be in a restaurant and, you know, but be together and be safe. And they've taken off and they've stayed. So Merwin's Wharf, which is down in the flats, it's owned by the Cleveland Metro Parks. They have igloos. Georgetown and Lakewood has igloos. I think they were one of the first ones to really start that trend. And then you have to search igloos, but I know out west in Catawba, Twin Oast Brewing has these igloos. And you have to rent them. So it's like if it's during the week, it's like $50, and you have to, it's $50 to rent it, and you have to guarantee that you're going to spend $75 worth of food and beverages. On the weekends, it's like, I don't know, $75 to $100, and you have to guarantee that you're going to spend so much money, because they only have so many of them. But that's definitely a cool thing. And these igloos, they go on all winter long. So if you can't get in during the holiday season, I know I was looking at the one in Twin Oast, and because everybody wants to go at night, right? And you get them for like 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours. So there's not a lot of spots open. So if you don't get in during the holiday season, I would definitely check out Georgetown, Merwin's Wharf, or if you want to head out west, if you've never been to Twin Oast Brewing, it's beautiful. The food's good. I'm not that big of a fan of the beer, but you don't have to drink beer. You can drink whatever you want. Definitely recommend an igloo. Okay, well, I guess if we're talking about Twin Oast Brewing, there are pop-up holiday bars. I've never been. I'm definitely going to this one. It's called Christmas Bar Cle, C-L-E, and it's down in the flats. It looks awesome. I wanted to go last Saturday. We were in Lakewood for my brother's birthday, but it was so cold and rainy and miserable. After dinner, all I wanted to do was go home and get in my pajamas, so we did not go. But there are all kinds of little holiday pop-up bars that I think would be so cool. And this Christmas Bar, C-L-E, they've really been advertising, and it looks super fun. Everybody's dressed up. I mean, just Christmas lights everywhere. It looks super, super cool. So obviously that's an adult-only event. Okay, now for kids. Now let's talk about kids. One thing, and they didn't have this when my kids were little, but this is out of the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. They have a North Pole Adventure, and this is on their railroad. And I have done the railroad before when I was a teacher on a field trip. It's so much fun. It used to be called the Polar Express, and they give out hot cocoa to the kids and cookies. And I know that people, the minute they can get the reservations, they're on it, because it's one of those must-do things for kids. And yeah, my kids were too old by the time they started doing this. But if you're new to the Cleveland area and you have kids, you definitely need to book your spot. because it is one of the best things for families and kids to do during the holidays. So do that. Okay, another thing that's a must do. Now, this I did do with my kids. Tower City in Terminal Tower. I heard they're revamping and they're really starting to put some more money into it, because just as with any of the indoor malls that have just been like going away, like we went through a phase where, oh, we have to have outdoor malls like Legacy Village on the east side or Crocker Park on the west side, and nobody was going to indoor malls. Well, now that COVID's pretty much over, people want to go back to the malls. They're ready to go out. I know I just read an article, Great Northern Mall in North Olmsted is adding a bunch of stores. Sandusky Mall's adding a bunch of stores. Tower City's another one. I mean, I remember when I was in my 20s and I worked downtown, that was the place to go to eat lunch, because they had all the shops there. And then in the middle, they had this huge like water fountain, and it would play the music and stuff. And then they would hang up these, they were almost like hot air balloons for Christmas. And it was just beautiful. And they did that forever. So when my kids were young, my parents would go. It would be a whole thing. We would go, the kids would go, and we would spend the afternoon just, oh, and they had the the Nutcracker. And he would like do a little show. So much fun. So they don't have the waterfall anymore. They made it into a green space, which the Metro Parks, I think, took it over. And they made it into some green space. I don't know. They don't do the hot air balloons for their decorations, I don't think, anymore. But they do have new decorations. And obviously, if you're going down there to see the lighting ceremony, I mean, Tower City's, you're going to walk, even if you take the rapid station, it dumps you out in Tower City, and you're just going to walk out the doors and see the lighting ceremony. So if you're doing the lighting ceremony, make sure you hit Tower City to see their decorations, because it's always a fun thing to do. Okay, now let's get out of downtown. Let's head out to Medina, which is down south, it's about 30 minutes south of Cleveland. They have this museum called Castle Noel, and they have all this memorabilia from all kinds of Christmas movies. I've never been. Let me just face it, it's just fun stuff to do with kids, and my kids are grown. So maybe when I'm a grandma, I'll start doing stuff with them, like doing stuff like that with them. But it looks really cool. They're always on the news during Christmas time, and they're open all year long. So Castle Noel, this Christmas museum in Medina, is so cute. In fact, in my email this week, if you're interested, sign up for it. I do a bucket list of things going on over the weekend. And this weekend, Medina's having their candlelight walk, and they're doing their lighting ceremony this weekend. And they have all kinds of little shops up. They're going to have like little concerts, and that would be a fun it's a whole weekend. They have stuff going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you got nothing going on this weekend, that'd be fun. They go see Castle Noel and do all the events in Medina. And Medina is so cute. When I was with the previous brokerage, my office was in downtown Medina, and they have super cute little shops. It's just this square, cute little restaurants. It's just a fun place to visit. So check out Castle Noel. And here we are at the last one already, number 12. Now this is one we do every year. It is in University Circle. I did not write that. I just was thinking up stuff. Had no rhyme or reason. There's not one that's better or worse than the other. I just was thinking of stuff that I like to do, or I think kids would like to do and families would like to do. Now, Circle Fest is in University Circle. It's the first Sunday in December. So this year it's December 4th. It goes from 12 to 7. Now, a few years ago, before the pandemic, all the museums were free, which was the reason we went, because only the Museum of Art is a free museum all the time. All the other museums, you have to pay an entrance fee. But on Circle Fest Day, they would open them up to the public for free. Now, they don't do that anymore. I think the pandemic really hurt the museums, but they're only charging a $5 admission, that's a big savings. And let's be honest, you're not going to go to all of the museums. You know, you pick one or two that you really want to go through. I love the Natural History Museum. I don't know why. Like, my kids loved it. When I was a teacher, that was always one field trip we did every single year. My parents had, they were members there. So it's fun. They have, it's from 12 to 7. They have in Wade Oval, they also have ice skating. They have ice skating rinks out. They'll have music going, all kinds of events going on that day. We always go. And then, like I said, Little Italy's right up the street. So then, you go walk around, do the museums, and then go head over to Little Italy and grab some awesome Italian food at Mia Bella or Guarino's or Mama Santo's or my favorite Trattoria. You can't go wrong. So those are my 12 things that you should consider doing this holiday season. I'll get back to looking at different neighborhoods, but I've covered them all. I'm pretty much redoing them at this point. But I figured since we're getting ready to kick off the holiday season, especially for those of you who, are watching my videos and you've never been to Cleveland, maybe it's just a fun thing for you to see what's going on in the city any time of the year. And like I said, if you're interested in knowing what's going on in Cleveland every weekend, sign up below, send me a text, send me an email. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you next week.